Hey everyone, it is September 9th and we're doing a shortened Topher Spin Meteorite Buddies Hangout. This is a little mental health issue for me, so I'm glad to be here with my friends online and yeah, not going to skip it for the world. I got a lot going on right now, but being with my friends online is really important. So glad you're joining us on YouTube. Thanks to everyone joining us live. We have a first show and tell with Ron.
Yeah.
So, Ron, right to you.
I just want to get the show real quick. Last week I was talking about starting a new framing project, similar to the one I showed last week. So this time I'm doing an Esquel. I just started building it. I'm now at the rock. I just wanted to show it. So this is what I've gotten so far. This is the Esquel.
Oh,
nice.
Bought from Ann Black, ironically. I just want to show. There's the, I've got a flashlight behind you can see.
Wow.
So this is my latest project.
God.
And it's not showing up very well, unfortunately, but.
Oh, it's lighting up.
This is definitely going to be the best one so far. And when it's in the frame, I've gone a little different. So the frame I've gone all black in honor of Ann Black.
Nice.
So this is what it's going to look like when it's done.
Oh, that's slick.
I don't have any lights
Nice.
yet. I'll have it done by next week.
Wow.
And hopefully by next week I'll have a high def video, video camera.
Oh,
I'm getting a
sweet.
new camera. It's a 1080p, so I should be able to show some detail.
That's
Look a
awesome.
little fuzzy around, but this is going to be awesome when it's done.
Yeah, that is a hell of a piece of Esquel too.
Yeah, it's about 40 grams or so. It's very thin, so it gets my surface area.
That's phenomenal.
And I've done something different this time. So far, I know you're the only one that probably knows this, but normally I use Lexan, clear Lexan. This time I used opaque white on the back. So it acts as a light diffuser. I put the light back behind it because the crystals sometimes are so clear you can see the LEDs. I want to diffuse the light. I don't want to show the LEDs.
Yep.
So this white Lexan, I hope, makes the difference. It works pretty good with the flashlight, but when I put about 4 rows of LEDs in there, man, it's going to light up like a neon sign.
That's awesome.
So that's what I wanted to show.
That's awesome. For those that aren't familiar or just catching up maybe on YouTube with us, Ron has built several of these backlit displays inspired by Ann Black of Empatica up in Colorado. And we're doing it on a do-it-yourself on a low-end budget, but have terrific results. So what Ron was kind enough to do is he actually filmed a how-to video. I'm having my buddy Travis use that video and what Ron's learning on this new Esquel piece. And I'm going to put together a complete how-to video, best tips and tricks to make your own backlit display. So that's kind of, and it would be awesome to see everyone with their own. I would just freaking love that. So
the parts list came to about $51, except for the rock, of course. The rock is expensive, but the parts itself, Home Depot, Michael's Art Craft Supplies, Do It Center, just local parts, nothing special.
Yeah, and that was part of the plan, is to make it accessible, and we're going to have actually a parts list and everything. So
I sent you an updated one, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. So okay, I'm going to combine once my house is all put back together. I'll start caring about frames. Okay. I will defer to anyone that wants to show anything off next.
Well, I have a strewn field here of I got my this is Martin, in case, since nobody can see me. I got my first group ever of meteorites from Algeria, and I was going to let everybody take a look and see what your actual thinking might be. What this thing might be, and etc. But just to kind of highlight one, there's a couple that are somewhat alike. One of them has that little green inclusion that I showed not too long ago. So I think this, I'm still working on getting the light right. Not much magnetism to it. That's a very strong magnet right there, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's it can pick up a whole
Wow.
meteorite if it see. That's a pretty strong magnet.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
you have these two, which I'm guessing are very, very low chondrite, and it's real interesting. I think this is the one that has the green inclusion. I'd have to look for it. But I looked, and I have a 49-gram piece of Errachidia right now, too.
Mm-hmm.
And it has an exact duplicate. So this looks, I think, pretty weathered. Is that a fair assessment to
Yeah,
you guys that know this stuff? It's been on the ground a while,
exactly.
enough to be sand polished, it looks like, and weather blown a little bit, probably low. Then the other one still looks like it has a little bit of fusion crust left to it in the top part here.
Yeah.
Been blasted, but again, a little.
Oh, wow. Look at right there on top. Did you see that 3D shock vein sticking up? No, turn it right there. That big dark spot, if you can get a light on that. Yeah. Is that a shock vein?
Maybe.
That right there.
What do you think?
It looks like a prominent shock vein to me.
That's what I wanted you guys to take a look at, and take a look at these things and let me know, because I'm learning. I'm going over it and thinking, well, it's got one of these, and a little caliche, but that you think that's a shock vein?
It definitely looks like it, because if you look at coming from your wrist into the item, there's a very distinct line. No, go up a little bit more. Right there.
That right there. Yeah.
No. At coming from 10 o'clock. Nope. On the other side, right there. That whole line going toward right there. Yeah. That line leading into the inclusion or into the item looks to be a shock vein.
Well, it's interesting, Topher.
And then it comes out on the other side too.
Yeah. That's the reason I got this one. Was when I got some good pictures of it, I thought, I've never seen one of those. I don't know what that is. So, thanks for letting me know. I'll look up shock vein. It's a little more magnetic. So that's that one. Again, my wife has told me I'm not buying a saw, so I want y'all to know I'm not ever getting a saw. I've been told. This one has some really nice little bits of fusion crust right there, I think.
Yeah.
It's again weathered. It looks like this part must have set more in the ground than the rest of it. You can see a few little chondrites kind of sticking out maybe. Mm-hmm. And this one, oops, a little more magnetic.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, that's a super strong magnet. The one you have, Topher, probably just, you could probably pull it off. This one, this one gave me a blood blister once to give you a bad blood blister. So that's just another small, but I got it again because I just love that little piece.
Yeah.
Of
a nice patch.
Yeah. It's like this perfect little patch of. Now, this one, I don't know if somebody took some sandpaper to it. It's you can see it's smooth there, and you can see the chondrites in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that look like that's been sanded?
It looks like they tried to polish it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't look like it's been cut. There's no, evidence of circles or, like somebody tried to cut it. But it's a little reddish patch. Is that maybe troilite maybe, or I'm throwing terms out I barely know, but I've read enough about to try maybe it's kind of a reddish little patch right there. It's not showing up well in that light.
Yeah, it could just be the base rock.
Base rock.
I do see reddish throughout there.
Yeah, that's right. It is, isn't it? But anyway, and it's got a little. I don't know if that's a fold over. It's kind of hard to say that's oriented, but maybe.
It doesn't look like it's a broken off corner.
Well, yeah. And
well, I think a lot of times people, call a meteorite oriented when it's really just a broken off corner that appears to be oriented.
Well, I look for rounding and like I say, so, lip overs and things like that when I try to figure out if something's oriented. And then I ask guys like you that tell me what's really going on. And it's got a nice little hole in it. So there may be something living.
And some metal blebs.
Yep.
I'm interested in that one behind it, though.
Oh, I saved it for last. I absolutely saved that. And there's some just little pieces that he sent along also, but one's really loves the magnet, and two of them, and then this guy's like, I don't think he's just a rock. He could be, but those were sent for free anyway. Here is a fresh fall. I'll let you guys in on a secret. It's been sent in for classification.
Yeah,
and
I know exactly what it is.
And it's you may have a piece of it.
Yeah, I do.
Highly made. This has got to be an H something, and it is beautiful. You can see that crust. Let me try to get this where it's a little bit better. Yeah, you can see the crust on it.
If this is what I think it is, it's actually known for that dark black crust.
Yeah, really?
But mine, however, if it is it Godimus?
It's
provisional?
I don't know. I do not know that, because if that's true, because the sample was just sent in yesterday. And I don't know if they tried to choose if there's a provisional name for it or not. That may be right. I'll have to look back at the emails. But you can see, I'm trying to get it where you can see some of the little metal flaking crystals all over it. It's very shiny in some places. So yeah, there's the inner rock. I'd love to see what this looked like cut in half. Actually, I'd love to see what that one and this one look like cut in half. I would love to see the middle of that.
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll have a sauce soon enough.
I'm going to have you call my wife, Topher, because I agree with you. But anyway, yeah, if anybody wants to look at that a little bit more, I can turn it around. But oh my gosh, it's just, I can see, like here, there's some, if I get the light just right, you can see a little bit of shiny flakiness. It's very, it just grabs the magnet out of my hand. So.
And that's your first purchase direct from Africa.
Yes, it is.
That's pretty awesome, dude. Congrats.
Thank you. In case anybody's wondering, I ran these by a guy named Topher when I was first doing it, and I said, "Okay, am I buying rocks or what?" He said, "No, those are meteorites." So
yeah, no, I don't mind helping people out. I do want to show an example of some 3D some shock veins, and this is unique because these are 3D shock veins, but they're 360. So if you look at right here, I'll get my pointer. If you look at this, this is what looks like you have on yours, a 3D shock vein.
That does look like it,
with a line coming into it, and it comes around and goes around here, and also comes around and goes around this side. So as we follow it around, it comes all the way around this side, breaks down here and here, but continues all the way. So a complete 360 in multiple places. Hopefully you guys were seeing that. I was looking at the rock. Yeah, but a total 360 shock vein, and it's a self-standing tripod. Yeah.
Wow.
It's basically a self-stander.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So when you're looking at yours for shock vein, that's
what they look for.
That is like my most prized example of a shock vein.
Yeah, I can see why.
We have a very special guest joining us. Let me see here. See if he's still. Yes, he is. All right. This is my crazy Spaniard friend.
Hello, 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 all people. How are you?
Hello, Juan. This is Juan from Jurassic Dreams. Hello, sir. One of my good friends that we fell in love with the Meteorite Mansion.
We're doing well. This is my first time in your hangout, but I present you. I'm in my area to photograph material. So in a few minutes, I will also show you some of the new carbonaceous that I used to receive some few years ago. So I will show you a little examples of the crazy new carbonaceous.
Nice, that is awesome. And I actually have a box from you. So this is the box that kind of took forever to get here because it left Spain, and Spain has same kind of thing that Canada has. They really want to hold down the exportation of their own Spanish meteorites, right, Juan?
Exactly.
Okay. So this got stopped at customs, and some low-level guy stopped my meteorites and said, wait, you can't ship Spanish meteorites out of Spain? Well, they're not Spanish meteorites, they're Moroccan meteorites. So I have in here a bunch of good stuff. I've been waiting for this. This originally shipped on 7/14, so 2 months ago.
Was actually crazy because for first time I experienced that that customs holds my package, because for first time I'm beginning to declare the real content of the package. So I declare, yes, are meteorites for study purposes. So the custom says me, no, you can't export meteorites because there is a law of heritage, so you can't send meteorites from Spain. Hey, you don't know your own laws, because there is no law in Spain that protect meteorites. So that shipment was held by a crazy custom mistakes. So it's incredible to see how some countries, like my country, they don't know their own laws. It's incredible. But anyway, it finally arrives to destination. So happy.
Yeah, I finally got it. And I have a list. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but here's what's in there. I have some CV3, some CV3 oxidized, some howardite, some eucrite monomict, diagenite. Here's what I'm excited for: urolites. I don't have a whole bunch of urolites to compare them to or look at anything. So, and these were confirmed by Dr. Tony Irving at Washington University. All right. Does anyone have anything to show? I will open my box while you're doing that. There we go. We got Mike, and then we'll go to James after this. Mike Kelly, you're on mute, but you're focused.
So I only have one meteorite here because I'm actually not at home. I'm on the road for work. But this came the other day, and hopefully you can see it. It's still got some nice glossy fusion crust remnant on there. And this came as a potential eucrite. But looking at the little natural window in there, it's pretty dark, and looking at it under the loupe, it looks like there's some diagenite class in there. So I'm wondering if it might be a howardite or maybe even a diagenite versus a eucrite. But it's a nice little individual. So now I'm kind of torn,
When I look at that, it looks like the Turkish Saracen.
That's exactly what I thought when I first got it out of the box, Topher. I went, it does interestingly look like that.
I mean, it doesn't look like that fall in particular, because that would be
no, but it
$60
looks
a
like
gram.
the type of crust.
Exactly, it looks to be the same.
So that's my one meteorite for the day. But I know we got John on here, who's also an East Coaster. So, John, I know you were building a sieve today. That was my haul today from Big Brook in New Jersey. So,
Nice.
So a bunch of the New Jersey and PA guys are hopefully getting together tomorrow or the day after, weather dependent, to go grab some fossils and some fulgurites. So
a lot of
non-related stuff.
A lot of people in the meteorite community are also into fossil hunting and stuff like that too. I kind of didn't expect that.
You guys actually find fulgurites?
Yep.
Really? I've never seen one.
where are they, on the beach?
So Big Brook is it's a creek that cuts through the sediment that all the teeth and some small vertebrae and some shells are found in there. And you actually see, if you look closely, I'm trying not to get too close focus, you know, it's hollow. You can see that little pinpoint of light coming through there.
Yeah.
So that's just a little sand tube that's formed by the lightning striking it and melting it all together. And there's a slightly larger piece of it all melted together. And this one has obviously been filled in.
Are those pretty common up there?
I guess in that that old bed, it is, and they wash into the creek.
That's nice.
So I'd be, I'm interested in those. And then next week I'll have a piece of Edioe glass, which is debated whether or not that's a, you know, it's like a melt glass, almost like Libyan desert glass, or whether it's, you know, like a fulgurite in origin. But it does have, I think, one of the high morphs of high pressure morphs of quartz in there. So to me, that says airburst or impact type generation. But yeah, that's the one meteorite for the day.
Awesome.
You find any coprolite up there?
Do not. I've yet to find any around there.
Hey, James Shelton is joining us. Hello, James. I think you're on mute.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay.
Barely.
Barely.
Barely. I don't have a volume control on my mic.
You should do one on your computer.
Yeah, I'm on a laptop. All I've got's a on-off for the mic.
That's better.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a mic over here. Let me see if I can. No, that's the mute. See if I can get it to go louder. Okay, I think that's going to be it, unless I get off and try and do.
There you go. Well, leaning forward helps a lot.
Yeah, lean
Oh,
forward.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Now I feel the whole screen. Huh?
Yeah.
This is my third time on the Hangout. First time I've ever spoken. Just to give you a little background, I'm a physicist that didn't work in physics. I worked as electrical engineer for 40 years in telephone and power. At one point in 1997, I went to the Kitt Peak Observatory in Tucson and bought a couple of meteorites, and gave one to my nephew, and I was proud to have the other one until I met Steve Arnold. I was in his shop in Eureka, Arkansas, and he told me that was not a meteorite, that was a tektite. So I was disappointed, and I needed to get my act together, learn about meteorites, and get some. So I went to the Tucson show, and at the Tucson show, I saw this card.
Oh,
Look backwards on my screen.
looks good to us.
So I ended up buying that one.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
That was my very first meteorite. That's, of course, a Sikhote-Alin.
Beautiful.
And now I have, in the back of it, is
Had to
not
start at the top, huh?
lift at all.
Oh wow. Whose number is that?
That's Jeff Notkins.
That's awesome. Man, you started out with a bang.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
You started the right way.
So I was there, and I wanted to get one of the three main types. So I bought a NWA 869, and it's been cut. And I don't know if you can see the metal in it or not.
Nice.
Oh yeah. It's got a nice big
Yeah.
chondrule in there too.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I needed a meteorite starter kit, so I had to buy a palisite.
Okay.
And this is the palisite I got,
Ooh.
and I'll put a light behind it.
Seymchan?
Yeah, it's got to be Seymchan.
Yes.
Crystals are beautiful.
That is gorgeous,
One
man.
I bought while I was
Very
there,
nice.
I bought a Shelton,
Oh,
Oh,
little small one.
Russian
So then I got bit by the meteorite bug. Now I have 210 specimens.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Here's a slice of Shelton that I bought later on.
Oh, that's a nice melt.
That is
Wow.
nice.
Hey, James, have you gotten a focus now that you're that deep into it, or do you just kind of do a little bit of whatever catches your eye?
Oh, thanks for asking. I focused on, I'm from Independence, Missouri. So I focused on Missouri, and Kansas is not too far from me. So I focused on those two states. And after a while, I looked up how many I had to go, and I looked at Kansas and I said, I'm not going to ever complete Kansas. so I focused on Missouri, and this is my Missouri list. Is that backwards to you guys?
That's fine.
Looks good.
That's fine. Okay, I've got those 8 that I'm
That's
looking
good.
for. If you guys see any of those Missouri meteorites, look me up.
Oh, you're looking for these. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for those. I've got the other 24, and that'll complete Missouri for me.
Post it. I started to say on Facebook, there are people that like to sell those things, I hear.
Yeah. I know a page, Topher Spin Meteorites group that would love to have that posted.
I finally looked at it and found my birthday stone.
Well, some of those are unattainable. Some of them are from the 1800s, but some of them I didn't think were obtainable. I have found. I'm getting about 1 a year now from Missouri. So if I'm around in 8 more years, I'll have a complete set.
Nice.
That's pretty slick.
Nice to meet you guys. I really enjoy listening in, and now I enjoy showing what I've got.
Absolutely.
All the more reason to stick around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
We're always happy to expand the posse. and honestly, the more people that show up and the more people share, the way easier my job is. So come on, everybody.
No dead air Topher, we call him.
Yeah, no dead air. Well, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but I'm a commission-only sales rep by trade. I sell computer technology and I'm commission only. So if I'm not selling, I'm not eating. Hey, Juan, are you ready to show some stuff off? I don't want to pressure you, but we can come to you, or I can show people what you sent me.
He's on mute.
You're on mute, buddy. Juan? Well,
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Gotcha. Do you have stuff ready to show?
Yes, for sure. This is my first time on this Hangout, so I feel so happy to be here. And I'm going to feel you proud, Topher. I'm going to show you something special to all of you. As you know, the people is beginning to be crazy with the new Carbonaceous file a few years ago in South Morocco near Errachidia. Finally, I have the chance to get quickly samplers to send to some of the classifiers to help them to have the samples quickly. And I received a small samples, sending day by false declaration, because Morocco, you know, are stopping a lot of shipments, and I tried to do a different way to bring the material quickly. So I had to, it's funny, I had to ship the material through letters with a declaration like a beautiful postcard from South Morocco. Anyway, yes, sometimes we must do some things that are not correct, but it's the only way to bring the material quickly from Morocco. I'm going to show you some small beautiful samples. Let me see. Let me show you. Okay. I'm going to try. Okay. This one, if you see, it's a beautiful, small, but oriented. The curious thing of this Carbonaceous is that it's a lot of teeny small fragments, but all of them are pretty good shaped with the trailing side with some rainbow colors and with roll over lips. You can see the roll over lip.
Yeah, look at that.
That's nice.
Yes, and in the leading side, we must take care because this Carbonaceous hate the humidity. In contact with humidity, even with the sweat of the skin, it's quickly destroyed. So we must take care with the humidity. So probably the hunting days of this new fall are numbered because in the coming race will disappear quickly. Principally the small fragments like this. This is a complete one, but I am going to show, this is the beautiful trial inside. I don't know if you are saying well because my camera is not. I'm going to show you some other fragments that are with windowed, so you can see the strange interior. One interesting that Daniel Seik, for example, is so excited about is it's a CC. We will see what type inside the group of Carbonaceous, but it's extremely magnetic. Let me show you. Yes, I'm going to show you an example right here. I have a magnet. Sorry, I have a disaster in my work area. Let me show you. This is the small one, and this is a burger magnet. Okay. Oh, oh my gosh, I don't control the camera. Wow. You see? Oh my gosh, sorry for the camera.
That is it's really a perfect oriented little pea.
Yes.
But it's
so magnetic. It's strange because it's so magnetic carbonaceous. So all people is thinking about which type inside the carbonaceous groups, because it don't feel with the normal group. So we are excited to receive the results, and I'm glad to communicate that finally 4 different specialists are working on there. Daniel Seik from University of Florida, Lawrence Garvey from Arizona, also Carl H. from the Institute of Meteorites from New Mexico, and Tony Irving. 4 of them are going to collaborate in this classification. So it's an amazing. Great. This one, for example, is other. Oh, fuck. Sorry. This one is other small oriented, but little windowed. You can see the white crystals in the matrix. You see?
Yep. Wow.
I'm going to show you. I have another ones that are also complete. Let me. These small teeny are also complete. This is the leading side.
Wow.
The leading side is like a bottom, no? In English, is bottom the name? Yes, like a bottom. And this is the leading side, completely black, and the trailing side plain. It's beautiful one. Half even in the trailing side, sometimes you can see bubbles. But anyway, with this camera, probably in the coming days I will publish some close pictures, because I have right here my good camera. So I will publish some good pictures. But all of them are small and teeny fragments. I'm thinking that probably in the coming days, because the borders with Morocco will be open for first time tomorrow, day 10. So probably I will try to travel there to bring some other quantity of this stuff that it's interesting thing, because it's being extremely expensive. I think some Moroccan commercials are trying to broke the price market, and probably they are asking the place for practically the end price that these carbonaceous will arrive.
Yeah.
But some people that have no knowledge think that this will be like Black Beauty, but come on, man, it's a carbonaceous. It's rare, but it's not Martian.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. That the people there that are hunting the meteorite, they know how much a super important, like Aquasarchus, a fresh pre-rain Aquasarchus CM2 that fell in Costa Rica with a trailing edge of blue fusion crust, you're looking at $200 a gram. 150 to 200 bucks a gram, depending on the piece. Now, the finders out there in Morocco are all over looking for this stuff, and they hear it's going to go for $200 a gram. The problem is there's so much science and work that needs to be done before it's given a classification, before we actually know what it is, before all the anomalous stuff that Juan's telling us that this sample exhibits, before that's all analyzed and known and the total known weight is collected, only then is really you're able to set a value or a price on it. Right now we're just doing value, right, Juan?
Exactly. That's the problem, because some people think that the value they are establishing the value that they think it would cost. So they are rising up the price without a reasonable motive. So I mean, probably a lot of Moroccan commercials principally probably will lose money, because they are already paying prices that are close to the end price. Maybe the end price will be 300 or 250. We don't know. We will know exactly when we will have the classification. If the people in the base is asking for that crazy price, it's impossible for dealers to assume to be able to do some good purchases. So on my part, for example, I'm involved in all that issue. I'm trying to get more material from there. But if you are trying to do business through internet or Facebook, finally it's all bullshit. And the only way to find good possibilities is be right there, working directly with the people that don't speak English, that they can understand that all of us, we must to have benefits in the process. Because, for example, travel to Morocco right now, it's also a risk, because it's also a COVID hotspot. It's with all my respect, but it's a dirty country. They don't have all the correct healthy measures. So the people must to understand, and I think that probably in the coming days the price will be down, because the people have hurried to get money, and they can't wait for a miracle or for some millionaire people that will go to pay like $200 or $300 per gram in the place. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's if I had $200 a gram rocks fall in my neighborhood, I'd be out there combing for them as well. But one thing I do want to point out about Juan is he is a scientist. He's trained, and the samples that he's rushing out, they're not commercial samples. These are going to labs, like he mentioned, the scientists who are classifying them. I just want to be sure people understand that the samples that are being rushed out are for purposes of scientific classification. There will be samples available, and you can. I have no dog in the fight. Reach out to Juan through Jurassic Dreams. You could reach out to me directly, Topher Spin Meteorites, and I'll get you in touch with Jurassic Dreams team, and they can set you guys up with some pieces in the future. So while we're talking about some of the stuff, Juan, I do want to give you a little pat on the back. How many classifications do you have now?
Right now, until the day of today, 13.
30. And you just...
No, 13.
13. There's 13, another like 30 in the process, but
yes, I have more than another 50 in the process of classification. It depends on classifier, but sometimes it takes a little longer, more than I would like. But anyway, I'm so happy, because little by little, the only correct value to sell meteorites, or I think it's better. All the material that is special, it's better to spend a little time and money to be classified, to finally can offer a good, accurate description of our material, because finally, even if we are dealers and scientifics, we must to have a priority, that is the correct classification, the correct information, and apart from that, we can do business with honorable principles. That's my goal. Of course, we can classify all the chondrites that arrive and fall to our hands, but all the rare material, I think that it's worth of classification. we must do. We must do.
Yeah, it's part of our responsibility as collectors and dealers and hunters. You know, it helps the scientific community out. Before, so I'm really thankful that you were able to join us, Juan, from Spain, and give us a report on the brand new Moroccan fall, the Carbonaceous fall. So thank you for checking in. I really appreciate you joining us for that. I want to show off some of your stuff, and then I'll offer it up to anyone who wants to show anything off. But I just opened this box, and as you can see, it's jam-packed with goodies. It's overflowing over here. We have piles, and yeah, we got some good stuff. So look at this cut.
Oh,
Look at this.
obelisk.
It is a black meteorite.
This one is the Northwest Africa 13290. Is the 86, a beautiful 86.
Yes. This is spectacular, and the work that Juan and his team does on the cuts is phenomenal. So this is like a heavy metal one, obviously. We got, let me get this little chip off. Okay, we got heavy metal, big time.
Yes.
Now we go to low metal and beautiful chondrules.
Oh yes, tougher. This is my new L3.4, the low subtype, recently classified, the Northwest Africa 13378. It's 76. Is the LL3.
LL3 or LL3.4?
LL3.4.
That is, and guys, it is a hunk of it. I don't just have a thin little slice, man. I got a hunk of it.
Spectacular.
Yeah, so this is probably one of the, well, Oz Backman gave me a piece of my lowest lithography or petrology, but this is my biggest piece of the lowest petrology. So LL 3.4, and as expected, it's not very magnetic. You see that it slides right off with a little shake.
Do you want to see right now the main mass of this one? I have right here.
I think that's an obvious question.
Okay, I'm going to change the camera direction. Okay.
You had me at main mass.
Oh.
This one is the main mass. Apparently, in the outside, it's not too much beautiful. But when you have it coated, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
You see the chondrule?
Oh, look at that big one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huge chondrule in the middle.
Yeah.
Yes. So crazy big. It's not too much beautiful in the outside, but
No.
inside when you begin to coat it, it's so beautiful.
It's got a high weathering rate, I would imagine, because it does show very, very heavy weathering to it.
Yes,
But,
have a big weathering and also a good sock stage. You have the algites and the chondrules very, very fractured and with dark vein filled material. So it's a high socket material.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
that is awesome, man. Yeah, because on mine, on this side, I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Hopefully it focuses. Look at that.
Yeah, it's clear.
And then on this side, it does, I love this up here because it does show some natural edge of the rock. And you can see that you're fortunate to have that big of a slice, buddy. Be thankful. You know what I mean? I love, like, look, the crack goes almost all the way through, but it's still solid. Yeah, that's a quality piece. So thank you, Juan. I appreciate that.
Welcome.
This is CV3 material.
Yes. Wow.
Awesome.
This is a CB3. Is the Northwest Africa 13258. In the outside, it seems to be not too much beautiful, but when you do a slice of this, it's absolutely amazing and fresh in its interior.
Yeah, look at all those little white chondrules in there. And then we got some crust, or exterior edge at least. Yeah. By the way, guys, just so you know, I've had a problem for about, I've been alive for 49 years, so I've had a problem for about 40 years of destroying my nail beds. But with knowing that every week I'm going to be on TV, that's been the motivation I need to make my hands look respectable. So I appreciate the peer pressure.
Go for the mani-pedi, huh?
No, this is just not stressing too much and just taking life. This is a eukaryote monomict.
Monomict, yeah. That one is unclassified. It's not classified, but probably it will be pairing with some ones. I must to check, but probably it's a monomict eukaryote.
So I got a bunch of nice pieces of this, and they all have spectacular crust. So I gave Juan and Jurassic Dream a plug. Now I'll give myself a plug. If you guys want any of this material, please contact me. Yeah, but it is. I'm glad to have. Look at this.
Beautiful.
Every piece is crusted, man. And to be honest with you, the crust to weight ratio on these is pretty fantastic. And they're not $300 a gram. So let me see what else I have. I got some ordinary, let me put these back over here. I have some ordinary chondrite. I just think they were sexy. And you can probably see, but you can feel the fusion crust. So there's still some texture on there. This is an L5. It's NWA 8296. And look at this. Yeah.
Mm.
So let me see. Now I have, these are the, I believe, Juan, is this the Urolite?
Yes, all the
Okay.
ones that are in this one are the Urolites.
This is one of my first Urolites, so I'll be looking at this under the microscope later.
Wow.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That is really interesting.
How many grams I sent you? All of them are covered by a calcrete. It's curious. It's all meteorite.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That is a Urolite. All right. I'm going to have to look at that. Yeah, sweet. All right. I don't want to monopolize the time. Who else wants to show off something? Anyone?
Who wants the
I've got a couple of things if you don't have anybody else.
Oh. Go right ahead, Cameron.
Let's see. The first thing I got is Zobe.
Oh.
Oh, that's a nice one.
The Pakistani fall. Hmm.
Nice crust.
Jeez.
Yeah. Figured I should get some of that since it got pretty rare pretty quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. I recently got some more Tunguska wood
Oh, I'm jealous.
because that's always interesting.
I'm jealous.
Let's
If you were to budget for something like that, are we talking about a $50 bill, or am I low?
Oh no, that's I think I only paid like $30 for that.
Oh wow, I might have to get some.
Starting a wood pile.
This is the new Brazil fall.
Oh, you dog.
This is 1.5 grams that I got just today. I opened.
Dirty little
The
dog.
next two.
That's Santa Filomena. We're believing an H5 or H6 that fell in Brazil on the 19th of last month, August.
And if you're in the Meteorite of the Month Club, you get about 1 gram of that.
This is Seta. How do we say it? It's the
I was
Indonesia
gonna-
fall.
Yeah, I was gonna say it right. This is-
These also happen to be the hammerstones that hit
Oh,
Joshua Hutagalung's house.
Oh,
this is
I think it's
ridiculous.
Batari Nali.
Thank you, Oz.
But
That is crazy.
like I believe Martin just said, if you were a member of the Meteorite of the Month Club, those last two were this month's.
That is
That's-
absolutely insane.
I got yeah. I
Wait,
got
show
the
those
same
labels
thing.
one more time.
Oh.
Because if you the Santa Filomena, that's going for about $35 a gram. So there you're looking at $50 right there. And then he just threw in, another $70 of the Indonesian fall, just for being nice.
It did come in all in the big case. I separated the Indonesia into the smaller one.
Well
Yeah.
played.
Blew me away when I opened that package and saw those.
And,
Me
and
too.
for those that don't know what we're talking about, one of our friends, he was actually on a hangout with Oz and I one time here in my office. Is Mark Lyon. Mark Lyon's a pretty serious collector, and he sends a lot of material in for classification as well. He definitely supports the science of meteoritics. So yeah, that was he does the Meteorite of the Month Club. And for $50, you sign up, and every month you get a new interesting meteorite. And I'll be honest with you, I thought, 6 months, 8 months in, everyone was going to get a nice NWA 869 or a little something this. I'll tell you what, man, every single one that I have seen, I haven't seen a complete list, but every single month when people post theirs, I'm just blown away by what they get. And we're talking about recent falls. I mean, stuff that just hit the earth. And these guys have it in their pockets. And hammerstones, too. Carbonaceous hammerstones. Come on. Yeah, so I have no cat or dog in that fight either. That's just me supporting one of my friends who had a great idea and is executing on it really well with another buddy, Raymond, I'm sorry.
Robert Vargas.
Roberto Vargas.
Roberto Vargas.
Yeah, and so Roberto Vargas joins us most weeks. He's not here today. But he joined us from Brazil as well while he was hunting and trying to procure the Santa Filomena. Anyone want to wave to get a show off? Ozman wants to show something.
Oh no, I got nothing to show.
Oh, well, we just want to look at you, bud. Nice to see you.
Hi, everybody.
Nice. John, did you have something to show?
Yeah, I think so. No, yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, you're on now. You have to.
Well, hi, everybody. It's always tough to follow you guys, being the rookie in the room. I just recently started the Meteorite bug, and Topher's been kind enough to be my supplier most of the time. And I read about some tektites, and I'm like, oh, I got to get those. And so he sent me over a couple of them, and I have a piece of Libyan glass, which you guys are going to go, oh, that's really nice, that's cute. If I could just,
Dude, we like all of it. Trust me.
why is this not coming onto the camera? And that's really whacked out. All right, I'll do it this way. So you can't really see it. So I only have a few meteorites, and I have a couple of tektites. And so I have a tendency to longingly look at what I already have, because I don't have many. I collect mostly minerals, so now I've expanded in the meteorites. So I have a tendency to look at these things rather closely with a magnifying glass or a loupe. And I noticed that, and you're not going to be able to see it with this camera, unfortunately, but embedded in here is not only the Libyan glass, there's also grains of sand. And I wish I could show you. Maybe I'll switch to my phone next time I do anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought it was really, really cool to, take a close look at these things and try to see in great detail and learn more about it as that happens.
Yeah. Well,
And I don't know if this,
let me see here. See if that helps.
Yeah, I doubt it, but we'll try. See, I can't get too close to it.
Yeah.
But I knew I should have practiced this before I did it.
Yeah, I actually do want to make that suggestion. If anyone wants to show something off, I would highly recommend using a cell phone and doing a dry run beforehand. Make sure your lighting's set up, because it just makes for a better experience for everyone. I want to piggyback on something John said, because he's very, very kind as to give me a little plug. And I want to let something be known that contrary to what is believed on the internet about me controlling the meteorite pricing globally and being part of the meteorite mafia, I'm just a small guy. I do this as a spare time hobby, trying to make a little buck, try to build for my my collection and my future. Oh, we have Oz in the house with his shirt on. One more time, Oz. Yeah, Meteorite Mafia representing. Yeah. So there's a lot of people online that think that you know, by us telling people, no, that's not a meteorite, please don't sell it as a meteorite, and in fact, after you tried it 12 times, you're not welcome in this group anymore. They think that we're trying to control the meteorite supply on the planet, like I'm powerful enough to do that. I wish I was. But basically, one thing that is really important to me is these ongoing outreach programs, doing the meteorite hangouts, the live tours with ASU, different things like that. So by buying a meteorite from me, this is a shameless plug, by buying a meteorite from Topher Spain Meteorites, you are supporting the efforts to do these, because this takes me a lot of time in the editing and making it on YouTube and writing up a nice description of it. It takes a lot of time, and I could be selling, but I'd rather be hanging out with my buddies, doing good stuff, and sharing our love with others out there who aren't in the Facebook groups, who are just on YouTube, and they're like, oh my God, I found meteorite content finally. So that's the goal. I'm not here to make a living or break the world by doing this. I just want to be friendly and have fun. Does anyone have something they'd like to show off? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go. Oh, Mike.
Topher, I was going to say just one thing on the Libyan desert glass. I'm going to put a link in the chat. I got a feeling what you're seeing in there is cristobalite. So being that you're interested in mineralogy, I mean, it's not quite sand, if that's what you're looking at. I know sometimes you get sand stuck in there, like on the exterior. I have one
on the exterior usually.
But the little white specks inside there are different.
Thanks, Mike. I'll bring it tomorrow.
Yeah, John, we would also, if you don't mind, one of these days, I'm always looking for just to get to know our community of friends better. If you are a collector of minerals, one day, once we get the technical stuff worked out, I'd love to have you show off some minerals that you're interested in, that you're like to show us off.
Sure, I'd love to. I love showing them off.
Awesome.
Hey, John, I'll really ruin your collection. I'll shoot you over a copy of a pretty inclusive list of all the minerals and meteorites. And then what you can do is you can go through and see which ones you already have in the pieces you have on like Mindat.
That's cool.
Yeah, I have an Excel spreadsheet, so we're on our way.
Okay, we'll have to compare what you have and what I have, because I know that there's no one.
I know there's no
list of everything.
Yeah, there's no comparison. I already know that, Mike.
No, I'm just saying, like the actual, like they keep adding, but there's no real. I've never found a good research paper that has like the complete list. So like what I've kind of been trying to do is every time I run across a new mineral listed as being included in a meteorite, I add it to the list that I have. So I'm saying we should compare lists.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could certainly. Yeah, there's no complete list. It's almost like, you know, collecting paper currency too. You want one from every country. Well, good luck finding all those countries, because some of them don't exist anymore, and that list constantly gets updated too. So
yeah.
But the minerals are even worse.
Well, I want to do one last thing before I sign off today, because I definitely told my buddy I was going to do this. as you guys know, I collect sand, desert sand from around the world. So I definitely want to thank Blair sending this from all the way from Canada. He collected this sand in Morocco. He says, Topher, I hope you can use this and add it to your collection. It's from Errachidia, near Merzouga, Morocco, in the Saharan desert. I collected this myself in April 2015. So thank you very much. I'm going to add it to my sand collection. And because I usually only collect 40 grams, there seems to be an extra 10 grams for my friends who are also sand collectors, so I can share the wealth. Everyone, thanks a lot for joining us. This was very therapeutic for me today. I definitely needed a break from my life and be surrounded by my friends and meteorites. Thank you all. Get off mute and say goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, Topher.
Bye, everyone.
Good evening, everybody.
Good seeing everybody.
Got that. Bye, everybody.
Great to see y'all.
What a great time. I love you guys. Thanks.
It's fun. Great.
Try.
You too, buddy. Take care.
Thank you so much.